Hello friends, welcome to our channel BISP Solution. Now start our today's session with the today's agenda. It's creating and assigning the facilities and companies to the user, and what is the system integration framework in our WMS cloud. And later on we will see some inventory management setups, and you can see some uh, tasks related to inventory management with respect to WMS cloud, right? So after completing the user in our last session, we have created the users and supports user, creating the screen groups, right? So after completing the users and group setups in WMS cloud, we can create the facilities in companies in WMS. So let's move to the application and let's see how we create the facilities in company and how we assign the facilities and companies to the user, right? Here our instance, right? Now we have to search companies. Yes, we have the companies. And as we all know that the company is an organization that produce or sell goods and services in order to make a profit, right? So let's create one company to our instance. So we have the company code, right? So this is a data, you can say the record. Start with the company code, right? We have to provide some company code. So let's say we have the Tata underscore motors, right? You can also define the Tata motors. Address 123 you can define. Suppose we have the 101 sector, sector 56, right? And we have the land road, right? What is the city? You can define the city, like we have the New Delhi. State is the same, New Delhi. Suppose 1110083. Country is India, right? We have some more information like email, phone number, contact, universal ID, right? We have some more fields, we can say the attributes for providing some information for this company, right? So we don't have the only company code is the mandatory field, and rest of the field you can provide later on. So let's define, suppose we have the Tata motor at gmail.com, right? So we have the basic information related to this company, right? Now we have the image. You can upload the image as per your requirement and then click on save, right? So this is our company code. You can see company name, right? So as you see that the first company will be the parent company, right? So who is the parent company? This Supremo is our parent company, right? So under this environment, this is company. You can unchange. You can see, right? So the parent company, and this is a default, right? Supremo is the default company for this cloud, right? And this Tata Motor is our child company for this uh, Supremo parent company, right? Now company is created. Now let's create one facility. So let's search facility. We have the facility. Click on that. Again, we have the option for creating the new, right? So click on this create icon, right? And we have the code. This is mandatory field. Tata underscore. Oh, we have the facilities. So motors underscore F01, right? And we can define the name, that is Tata Motors Facility 01, right? And what is the type of facility? You have the three types, like distribution center, store, and site, right? So we define as a distribution center, DC, right? This facility as a DC, right? And we have the option to define the address, locality, and city, state, postal code, and time zone, right? You can define as per your requirement and as per your details of the facility, right? We have filled some mandatory fields only. So let's define. We have the 5:30. Wait, yeah, it's Indian. 5:30 is not here. This is Asia. Now go to the 5:30. Yes, this is a 5:30, but it's Asia, not India. So again, go to thing. We have to search like UTC and plus 0530. Yes, this is India time, right? And what is we have the parent. So we have select the facility is belonging, right? So in that case, we have to select the parent company, right? So once you have created the companies and facility, so we have to assign them to the users, right? So In our last session we have already created the user. Right, so we have the data. Let's cancel it out, let's search it out. I think test admin is our, yes, we have the test admin. This is our user. Now we have to eligible, we have to provide the facility and company using the eligibility criteria, right? This is the eligible facility and eligible companies. So select the record and click on for providing the company, click on this eligible company, right? We are associating our company to particular this item test admin, right? So in order to add the multiple companies for this user, click on this create icon and you can select our company. Which company? Tata. We have the company is not reflecting over here, I think. Wait for a while till the application refresh. I think there is some permission issue for creating the uh, company, right? That's why the company is not reflecting over here, right? So we have some issue in our instance. It is not responding. So in that case, we are facing some issue. Sorry for the interruption. Now where we have on the users. So we are assigning the facilities and company to the user. Right. So this is our user, and now refresh the user. Now this is our user. Select the record and click on these eligible companies, and we have the multiple companies we have, right? And click on this create icon and select your company. Right now the company is not reflecting over here because some issue in the application. Right, suppose we have select some other company like this Tista, right? And click on save. So in this way we can assign the company to the corresponding user. In the same way we have assigned the facility to particular user. So again select the record and click on this eligible facility, right? And click on this create icon and let's add. So this is our Tata Motors F01 is our facility, and click on save. So in this way we can associate the company and the facility to our user, right? So this is a simple way you can assign the company and facility to particular user, right? So we have uh, done this task. Now let's next is system integration framework, right? So the system integration framework helps you to integrate the application data with other application either within your enterprise or with the external system. The framework includes the predefined content that enables integration with a number of business objects. The integration framework provides the multiple options for sending and receiving the data, right? So you can evaluate which approach is most efficient for your business requirement you are planning for this integration, right? So in the system integration framework, Oracle WMS Cloud use some steps for processing the interface file into our Oracle WMS Cloud, right? And you can see over here in both the input and output processes, the SFTP must be required, right? What is SFTP? SFTP is nothing but a secure file transfer protocol. This is a protocol we have used for secure transferring the file between the input and output, right? So now in the case of input, here is our client, right? Here is our client, and now in the second step, the host of the interface file to the SFTP folder, right? So before starting the system integration framework, we have to create a SFTP folder into our cloud, right? Now in the next step is Oracle Cloud. WMS pick up the file from the SFTP and process it to the WMS, and it transfer our data into our cloud, our Oracle Cloud WMS, right? So in this way we perform the input process in the integration framework, right? System integration framework. Now in the second phase, we are going to perform the output system integration in the WMS cloud. So in the output, the WMS cloud will generate the outbound file, for example, shipment and receiving, right? And the next step, our WMS cloud drop the interface file to the shared SFTP folder. Now at the end is our host and our client pick up the file from the SFTP folder and the process it and the to the WMS cloud, right? So this is the way the system integration framework will work in our WMS cloud, right? And the Oracle WMS cloud supports some format for inbound and outbound integration with the interface. So some of the standard interface currently supported like flat file, XML file, CSV, XML, XLS, EDI, MHE file, right? So this EDI and MHE is material handling equipment message. They are currently translated through a third party application from the web services, right? And the both FedEx and UPS are the web services, right? Both are the web services, and these are the supported format. And we have some input interface. So we have some input interface in the Oracle WMS cloud. Input interface in the WMS cloud represent the form like purchase order, item. Item means item facility, specific item barcode, item pre-pack, right? And in the outbound shipment, all your order, your vendor, and you can say the supplier, appointment, store location, and the price, labeling information, ship to company and site, asset, right? And we have some standard inputs, you know. And in the same way, we have some standard output interface like we have SN verification, shipment confirmation, and inventory summary, inventory history, LTL, shipment confirmation, right? So these are the WS Cloud to share the information to external system through the output interface, right? So this is all about the integration framework, system integration framework, supported format, input and output interface integration, right? And we have some inventory management. So the inventory type. So start with the inventory type in the inventory management. So WMS Cloud have two inventory type like allocable, allocatable, available, and unallocatable is unavailable inventory. Right? What do you mean by both terminology? So when you talk about the available and you can say the allocatable inventory is any inventory that is allocated in reserve or you can say the active location, right? And that has not been allocated against an outbound order, right? That is not allocated or against the outbound order. In the same way, we have the unavailable and you can say the unallocatable inventory. This inventory is any inventory that is either allocated for an outbound order. This unavailable inventory, this that is either allocated for an outbound order or is in a status that was not allowed for any location, right? We cannot allocate for any other purpose, right? So this is the basic difference between the allocatable and the unallocatable inventory in our WMS cloud, right? In the same way, we have the item master. So item master is the collection of data that describe the attribute of each item. That describe the attribute of each item handled by the warehouse, including its name, descriptions, weight, dimension, unit of measure, and much more. And simply we can say that the item master store the information for all the items that are used in the warehouse. This is the simple uh, definition for this item master, right? And the item master can be configured before all other WMS configuration. And there are some prerequisite for the item master like such as put away type and VS group code, right? So what is put away type, right? We will create in our application later on. But what is put away type? So put away type represent the group of item with the similar characteristics, right? That is like a item division. You can say that there is the item division. Under we define the groups, many items with the similar characteristics, right? And the put away type can be configured with the item master. When the item master is uploaded, put away type will be automatically created, right? And for the UI manual entry you can configure prior, right? And the same way we have the unit of measure. So the Oracle Cloud supports 4 unit of measure like case, pack, unit, and LPN. We will see whenever we create the item. Our next task is item creation. So at that time we'll see the case, pack, and unit and LPN, right? And pack case means case refer to the physical boxes, right? And pack is the case can be further broken into packs. Unit is the smallest unit of the measure like unit a single unit, and LPN is the largest unit of measure in the system. And you can say we have the multiple meanings, right? So this is the unit of measure, right? And we have the same like uh, wait a minute, unit of measure is done. And like next is item creation, right? We can create item in our application, right? So let's move to our instance. And so this is our item. You can search it out from also here. This is item, right? So before creating the item, suppose we have the item and click on this create icon. Right, so we can create the item based on this basic information like what is the style and what is the item description, barcode, and the unit length, weight, height, volume, what is the item line. This we as group code. And one thing we have, this is a put away type, right? We have the multiple put away type you can see over here, right? No issue. And we will cover in our upcoming session what is put away type and how we create. Simply we can this is like this is put away type. Let's take an example like this is the way you can create. Like this is a put away type. Suppose we have the Tata, and you cannot place a space, so we have to define underscore and put away, right? And this is Tata, sorry, Tata put away, right? And click on save. So this is a simple way you can create the put away. And right, let's go to creation of item, right? Let's go from here. This is item. So click on this create icon. So let's define our item like we have the Tata laptop, right? So this represent the item code. This style is represent the item code, right? and from part A to F, right? So represent the breakdown of the part in the stock keeping unit, right? Like small, and you can say the large. You can divide as per your requirement, right? And this is the alternate item code. If you want to define the alternate item code, you can define over here. This is description. Sorry, Tata laptop, right? Barcode, like we define the barcode like Tata 1234, right? This is the barcode, and let's select the this is our put away type Tata put away, right? And the same way we have the unit cost. So it's items individual cost. Suppose we have the 10,000. What is the unit length? You can define the unit length, weight, height, weight, volume. So it denotes the unit dimension, right? Right. So we have to define like length is 20 and width is 10, height is again 20 and weight is 50, right? Volume is again 50. We have to define as per the dimension of this particular item, right? But this is raw data we are filling here. And what is the item line? So item line is not used in WMS, you can skip it. And what is the hazardous? If uh, used to define any item as a hazardous, you can select as per your requirement. And for the pre-pick scenario, you can define what is the code for pre-pack, right? Pre-pack. Suppose we define the Tata pre-123, so you can define as per your configuration, right? So we have the sum in parent and dummy SQ flag, pack with the wave, and we have many more options, but the mandatory is unit of measure, right? So this is the unit which I'm was talking, the unit and pack, case, LPN, right? These are the mandatory and you can say the basic 4 unit for the WMS. Valid is one of them. Suppose we have selecting the unit, right? And click on save. So in this way we can create the uh, item, right? So there is an issue. You have to refresh it. So item we have created, right? Item creation done. Now alternate item barcode and printing item label, right? We have 2 more tasks, right? Right. So this is our item. Click on that and click on this item material hazardous. So it will give you one option to define the material hazardous code. If your material is flammable and corrosible, you can define over here. So this is a feature provided by the WMS, right? In the same way, we can define the warehouse related information like this is the item, and if you want to define the specific area for this particular item like preferred area and what is the put weight type and what is the active location type, replenishment type, and what is the showroom mean max, item facilitator description, right? What is the maximum LPN quantity? So these are the warehouse related information you can define as well at that particular window for warehouse, right? And we have the alternate barcode, so you can also search it from here. Alternate barcode. This is alternate barcode. So this is a screen where you can set up the alternate barcode for any uh, stock keeping unit in the warehouse, and this feature enables the ability to configure multiple barcode for the same item code, right? Suppose we created let's see, this is our item, and item is our Tata laptop, and what is the barcode is Tata 1234, right? In the same way we can also define this some other, we can say the alternate barcode for the same item. So let's click on this create icon and let's search it out for the item. Like we have the Tata laptop, and click OK, and let's define the barcode like 1234 and Tata, right? The unit of measure you can change as per your requirement, and quantity per unit of measure is 1. Save it. So this is a alternate barcode for this particular item, right? No issue. Now we have done the unit type, item master, unit of measure, item creation, alternate item barcode, and the printing item label, right? So again go to the item. So the item you can see in the Tata laptop. So if the items receive into the warehouse and do not have any item label, so user on the warehouse floor have the option to print the item label for WMS, and from WMS and stick on the individual item, right? So WMS provides some options like RF print, item label is one of the option. One is item UI, and one is IB, inbound shipment UI, right? So let's check item UI. So this is our item, and click on this print label, right? So number of labels, suppose 1. So click on this submit icon. Click on this submit icon. It will show you some window, right? Here is not showing because whenever you define the number of label and click on this submit, item label will printed to be default label printer configured for this particular logged user, right? So since there is no options to change the and enter the printer using the options, so it is necessary that the default label printer configure for this particular this user, this login user, right? So click on submit. So it will print the label for this particular item, right? So this is the one options from the item UI, right? And one more option we have the IB shipment, right? So this is one option for the IB shipment. Let's refresh it. So suppose we have the here number item, right? So here is one. Now in receiving, so click on this item number. So it will show you two options. This is print item label and print all item label, right? So this print item label, this button is only enabled when a single item is selected, and the item label will be printed only for the selected item, right? You can say this is not enabled, this is disabled, right? So whenever you click on this, we'll select this record and it gets enabled, right? And the next is print all item label, and this button is always enabled and you can use to print label for all the item on the shipment, right? So select the record and click on this print item label. So it will show you the print label based on the shipment quantity, number of label print unit, and total number of label printed, right? So this is the options we have to provide, right? So whenever we click on this submit icon, right? So what is the number of label per unit? Suppose we have the 10 unit, and each unit have the for example 10, right? So 10 having the each having the 5 unit. So 10 multiplied 5, it the label is 50, right? It create 50 labels for a particular item, different unit of item, right? So I am selecting one for this particular shipment quantity because we have only one item here, right? So whenever you click on this submit, it will show you one printed icon, that item this is printed, right? So one label is printed for this particular item, right? So okay. So we have covered the inventory related some basic setups, like what is the inventory master, item master, unit of measure, and you item creation, right? And some basic information we have already covered in our inventory, right? So hope you understand all this concept, and we have some more inventory related concept like cycle count, and we will cover in our next session. So thanks for attending this session. Thank you so much.
Recording stopped.